Breaking local news out of South Fargo on your fast track to 7. A car is badly damaged after its driver crashed into a tree early this morning. Take a look at the video. It happened in front of the First International Bank at 45th Street and 40th Avenue South just after 5:30 this morning. We are currently waiting to hear from police if anyone was hurt or if anyone was ticketed. Also on that fast track this morning, there is a state of emergency in Mayville as the city scrambles to repair a breached sidewall on a dam near town. Rapid erosion is damaging property and utilities and threatening to destroy one home. Mayville's city engineer says contractors are placing boulders from local gravel pits into the water to create a makeshift bridge so they can access the part of the dam that needs fixing. Mother Nature's curveball of a spring has kept people, animals, and even insects on their toes this year. The Valley Today's JC Dodd joins us live with how mosquito season is shaping up now that we've had all this water. Good morning, JC.
Good morning, Jordan. I'm here at a retention pond in South Fargo that still today, with how much rain we've had this spring, is overflowing from its banks. And it's the same story across the Red River Valley. A lot of water, a lot of localized flooding that we're still seeing. And as Lisa's been saying all morning, there is more rain to come. So usually for a usual spring, all of this rain is great for mosquitoes. But the good news for us is the unusually cold temperatures have kept them at bay for now. So while we've hated the cold that's lingered into May and it's still a little bit chilly, it's good. It's keeping those mosquitoes away and keeping them from hatching. So the soil has to be about 60 degrees for them to hatch. So we're just approaching that. But I spoke with Cass County Vector Control and they say in the coming weeks, they'll probably start to see those mosquitoes hatching. So Jordan, for the next 2-3 weeks, enjoy your mosquito-free walks in the park, outside grilling, things like that, because it's not going to last long. We are delaying the inevitable when it comes to mosquitoes, but for now, the eyes are on the coming weeks of the weather pattern. Can we break this rain that we've been seeing, the very active, heavy rains that we've been getting? If we can, we might be able to curve that big problem with mosquitoes, but for now, we're just going to be watching the weather and hoping we can keep this rain away and dry out here in the valley.
Yeah, that's what we can all hope for. JC Dodd reporting live this morning. Thank you very much. As she said, we've had an active weather pattern. Lisa Green is tracking a pair of first alert weather days that we have. She joins us now with the latest. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. No drying out at least for the next 2 days as we are looking at heavy rain and severe weather possible on our first alert weather days. Here's a look outside right now in Fargo. Pretty quiet. In fact, most of our mornings should be relatively quiet in the valley. We've got some cloud cover filtering out a little bit of that sun, and today expect a mix of sunshine and clouds, and we're looking at temperatures that are starting off a little bit mild. 52 degrees in Fargo. It's 49 in Grand Forks, 52 in Thief River Falls. Over into Bemidji, we've got more sunshine there, but it's a little cooler at 44. Fergus Falls 57 and Devil's Lake 48 degrees. So starting off not bad here today. Radar's indicating we do have some showers in the region. Right now in most of the valley, it's pretty quiet. We could have a couple of sprinkles underneath some of these clouds, but the greater threat for rain is farther south and west over toward the Mobridge area, northern parts, north central parts of South Dakota, and back into the west right now. Eventually, we will see our chances for rain and thunder increase. That'll be more likely into the afternoon hours today. So out at the bus stop this morning, make sure the kids have their rain gear. It may not seem like they need it initially, but this afternoon we'll already be seeing some isolated to scattered areas of rain and thunderstorm activity. Some of these could be strong to severe. Warming things up in the southern valley this afternoon. Those areas that get more sunshine could end up into the low 70s yet again here for today. But the rain is coming with that too. Here's a look at our rainfall potential over the next 2 days. This is through the morning hours. Tomorrow morning you could see the focus for those heavier thunderstorms will be more into northwest Minnesota at that point, though we could still see some storms in eastern North Dakota that will produce a decent amount of rain. Cumulatively speaking, we'll add more rain to the mix as we talk about that severe weather into Thursday. And so by the time we're winding things down, this is Friday morning, we're widespread areas of about a ½ inch to maybe 1.5 inches of rain. And so that would be in those green to yellow areas. But some pockets may get multiple storms back to back and maybe day after day here in the next couple of days. And that's where we're concerned about the potential for 2 to 3, maybe even more inches of rain if you end up in one of those areas here. So localized flooding is a big concern, in addition to the threat for all modes of severe weather the next couple of days, especially on Thursday. We have an enhanced risk for severe storms. We could see Tornadoes possible Thursday afternoon and evening, and in addition to that, very large hail and wind gusts. And tonight as well, the potential for severe too. Once this clears out into Friday, we'll have a little bit of lingering activity, but overall we're quieting things down and hopefully starting to get into a dry period heading into next week. But again, next couple of days going to be very tough, and we'll be right here for you, keeping you updated.
Yeah, a lot to watch out for. Lisa, thank you this morning. New this morning, the FDA is intervening to help ease a growing baby formula shortage. The agency says it's streamlining its product review process in order to increase the supply available. The FDA will allow some supply to be released from a shuttered Abbott nutrition facility on a case-by-case basis. In February, people were warned not to use some of the powdered infant formula because of contamination concerns. The FDA is also working to increase the amount of formula that is imported from overseas. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum is waiving hours of service requirements for commercial truck drivers for the next 30 days so they can transport fertilizer, anhydrous ammonia, pesticides, and seed. That waiver will help ensure that sufficient resources are available for farmers who are facing a delayed spring and limited time frame for planting and treating their fields. The Minnesota State Patrol is identifying the driver who died in a rollover near Halstead as 22-year-old Cole Falconer of Halstead. 22-year-old Calvin Reinhart of Hendrum is in a Fargo hospital with life-threatening injuries. Troopers say that Falconer missed a curve on Highway 75 on Monday and then rolled his car into the ditch. State troopers are also releasing the name of a Fargo man who was killed on Highway 10 between Hawley and Clinton. He was 19-year-old Sandip Tamang. The State Patrol says he had stopped at a stop sign and was trying to cross that highway on Monday when he was hit by an SUV. No one else was hurt. Bail is now set at $1.5 million for this Minnesota woman suspected of killing 2 newborns. 50-year-old Jennifer Matter is now in the Goodhue County Jail in southeastern Minnesota, charged with leaving her newborn son to die near a lake 20 years ago. Authorities say Matter also abandoned another infant in the Mississippi River years before that. They allege DNA evidence proves that, along with the death of the boy, Matter is responsible for the death of an infant girl found in the Mississippi River in 1999. Charges have not yet been filed in that case. A West Acres business is asking for help identifying a woman suspected of stealing a wig that is made specifically for women battling cancer. It happened around 6:30 Monday night at Merle Norman. The store manager says this woman, picture up on your screen, walked in and 2 minutes later walked out with that wig undetected. Take a good look. Contact Fargo PD or Merle Norman with any information you have on this case. In our consumer alert this morning, the iPod helped revolutionize the music industry, but it will soon be a thing of the past. It's been a while before we've seen one of those things or someone walking around with it. Apple is discontinuing the last model, the iPod Touch, which will only be available now while supplies last. The iPod was most consumers' first introduction to Apple products. It fell out of favor, though, as our smartphones and the iPhone allowed people to listen to music on their phones. The original iPod came out in 2001. As temperatures warm up, people in Texas know that snake season has arrived. One man got a stinging reminder when he opened his toolbox the other day. Yeah, no thank you. He reached in for a wrench and then a copperhead struck him on the hand. Take a look, there's that snake. Fortunately, they say it was a dry bite. The man doesn't have any symptoms. Now they say that you need to watch out for snakes. Thankfully, not around here anyway. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. Find us on the CW.